Hey, Chris Jenkins, credentialed member of the media covering the Carolina Panthers for Charlotte Vibe, a.k.a. Man of the People, here live from Bank of America Stadium, where your Carolina Panthers are in sole possession of first place. Today they were victorious over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Final score in this game, Carolina 23, Tampa Bay 20. And yes, the streak continues. And what streak is that I'm talking about? That is the Carolina Panthers. Since I believe it is week 9, we win one, we lose one. We win one, we lose one. You know how the rhythm goes. And honestly, for the rest of the season, it bodes out well for me. Just keep doing what you've been doing. And then for the playoffs, you can make a change, right? But even, not even thinking about what could happen in other playoffs. If this team being where they are today, Dave Canales, Dan Morgan, getting it right for this Carolina Panthers team, getting the personnel, getting the coaching staff, building the culture, has this team at a place where we have not been this late in the season. I don't know, a very, very long time. Even the most memorable time recently was when Coach Steve Wilkes was the interim head coach, and he had us going down to Tampa. And I remember that clearly we lost that game, and that kind of took out the fizzle for the playoff possibilities. But right now, we are in the playoffs. The Carolina Panthers are in the playoffs if the season were to end today. After that victory, now going to 8-7 in sole possession of first place. They need to keep it there, right? So we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it very simple. Well, we'll talk about two scenarios right now. The first scenario being if the Carolina Panthers win next week here in Charlotte against the Seattle Seahawks, that means they will make it to the playoffs if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers lose next week against the Miami Dolphins. The other scenario, very popular scenario, will be the Carolina Panthers losing next week as long as they beat Tampa again, final week 17 in Tampa. All right, so those are your two scenarios, but, we don't have to dwell on that too much right now. We can celebrate. We can sing Sweet Caroline as, again, the Carolina Panthers today with, heroics by Ryan Fitzgerald, heroics by Lathan Ransom, getting some redemption from his mistake last week in New Orleans with the hit on Shuck that got them into that field goal position even better, and they were able to kick that field goal. But great game here today in Carolina. We got a great show lined up for you as always. Again, footnote, our guy Patrick Snyder, our great photographer, is not here today, so we will not be able to go over the normal photographs that we love to have from the game. Patrick, I miss you, but I know that you're having a great time with your family celebrating things that are going on there. So congratulations to Patrick Snyder and what's going on with his family. And congratulations to Carolina Panthers fans, as it feels good. We're going to go through everything today, but I'm also going to tell you a little bit about the atmosphere here today at this stadium. It was electric. It was really exciting. It was, we're normally in the press box. We were in the press box today, but we can't hear too much. The windows are closed at the press box here at Bank of America Stadium. But you could hear the fans early on being very, very involved in this game, and it paid dividends for this team, for the Carolina Panthers, as they were able to get the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to false start several times and do things that really, with that crowd noise, made it difficult for these guys. And it was a great atmosphere. So, hey, want to ask this before we get going too far into the show today. Please hit that like button if you're watching. You like what we do here for independent media, bringing you lots of coverage instantly live after the game. We'll give it about 20 minutes for us to get down to the field and get set up. And if you've already liked it, you want to subscribe. If you're able to help support with a super chat, I know it's the holiday season, but, Charlotte Vibe, we are preparing to go an extra week into coverage. Now, if we do, that first game will be here. So that does save us a little bit of money, but anytime you guys are able to help us continue to operate, it's needed, it's appreciated, and thank you in advance for those that are able to do so. So we're going to get ready to break this down. What's up to some of our members? I do have a chance. Let me get a few of these out right now. SC Panthers boy tuning in. What's up with you? Thank you for tuning in. And then we also have Deuce Cairo. Love it. Appreciate you tuning in as well. We have any other members? And then we have Chance Hines with a yes, sir. Again, big shout out to all of our members. It's hard for me to get to a lot of the members' responses during the game. I'm looking at my computer because I did not hear the sound effect. Let's do that one more time. I still didn't hear it, so I might have to make some adjustments here. But nevertheless, yes, thank you to the members. And yeah, let's LFG, let's go. For real. Let's go. That's a great thing. So let's go ahead and start to recap this game today. We're also going to take a look at the stats. Final score again this game was Carolina Panthers 23, Tampa Bay Buccaneers 20. With the Carolina Panthers moving into sole possession of first place this season. And playoff implications were real, and this moment didn't feel too big for the Carolina Panthers. You know, Dave Canales each and every week says treat each week like it's a championship opportunity. It's the opportunity to go we start the week 0-0. It's an opportunity to go 1-0, and the Carolina Panthers did just that today with their victory over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Meaningful game in December, right? Meaningful game in December. We had not had those in quite a while. Sometimes I'll be able to cheat and listen to a little bit of the broadcast. There was a lot of former players that were in the building today that went on the radio show, and those guys were saying like, hey, even though I hadn't played in Carolina for a while, I've been coaching and been around the league. It is still awesome to be here in Charlotte and hear this team, see this team do well, and hear this crowd be as excited as they were. I mean, these guys, the fans, at one point they were doing the wave, which, you know, that certainly makes you think of the Cam Newton era when he was here and guys doing the wave. I mean, getting the fans to do the wave, waving the black tiles and everything. It was a great atmosphere, meaningful football here in Charlotte in December, and the victory by the Carolina Panthers. Now, Tampa Bay's game plan was pretty evident early on. It was control the game, control the ball, take your time, and they had drives when they were going, and their first couple of drives were more than 10 plays. I think the first one might have been 10 plays. The next one might have been 14 plays. So they had an obvious plan today of running the ball. At one point throughout the second quarter, I had them with just 11 runs and 5 passes, and again, those long scoring drives of 10 plays and another one of 14 plays. Really early on allowed Tampa Bay Buccaneers to have a lot of control in this game, right? They had a large lead in the yards. They had a large lead in the time of possession. And Carolina, give them credit, give head coach Dave Canales credit. They chipped away with it. They kept chipping until they were able to they were getting some field goals, get another field goal, and then later on they were able to turn those field goals into touchdowns and turn the tide and get the game to where they needed it to be in order to be victorious in this game. And the Carolina Panthers, you know, I felt like this was going to be a complete game. It wasn't as complete of a game as I thought it was going to be, but it was still a pretty good game by the Carolina Panthers. And in terms of how it started out, the Panthers have been really solid all season long with not allowing the opening possession drives to go for a touchdown. Really, really good at it. And they got one today. And they got one, but they kept standing. They didn't let that be something that cascaded into a big snowball effect, and this team had to climb out of a hole at all. They kept this game close all the way throughout. And as you might imagine, number 6, Baker Mayfield for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who up until today was undefeated against this Carolina Panthers team, got his first loss in a timely manner. Baker Mayfield is now 4-1 against the Carolina Panthers since leaving. But yeah, he was separated from Panther players early on several times throughout the game as he was excited to. He plays with a lot of energy. You know, to me, maybe just because he was here in Carolina before, but I like Baker. I mean, you like the pizzazz that he plays with and a lot of emotion. Give me a second here to take a quick drink. All right, as you guys know, I always got to take my drinks when on the show. But yeah, Tampa Bay wanted to shorten the game and control the tempo, and it worked early on for them. And then things started to change. Carolina played – you could tell Carolina played well once they got Tampa out of that situation where they knew that Tampa could just run the ball. So it's just a matter of how could Evero get this defense to start using some blitzes, which they did, start using some blitzes to get Tampa into situations where they couldn't just rely on the run. You know, you need to get them into some second and longs or absolutely some third and longs, in just situations where you knew that they were going to pass the ball, because when you did that, they were able to stop Tampa, and it was effective. You know, Tampa, throughout the first half, Baker had under 100 yards passing because they just didn't have to go to it and wasn't using it. But on the other side, let's go to the Carolina Panthers offense. Bryce Young. I felt like, hey, last week in New Orleans, Bryce didn't give you the game that you wanted, but Bryce also didn't give you a game that would just hand the ball and hand the victory over to the New Orleans Saints. He played respectable. Fast forward to today, we had the Bryce that helps win the game. Bryce looked excellent the entire game. Bryce also, he wasn't under pressure too much during this game. It was like the Tampa Bay Bucs said, hey, you can stay back there, do what you want to do. We're gonna try to cover your guy, T-Mac, which they did not do a good job of doing. We're going to go into those stats here in just a moment. And he was able to do a good job picking this Tampa Bay defense apart. Well, maybe that's a little gracious to say he picked them apart, but he played really effective. He played really smart. And Bryce used his feet very, very well, kept his eyes down the field, looking for guys, mainly Tedero McMillan, but he did spread the ball around to Jalen Coker. Again, we're going to show those stats here in just a moment. And this was something that I said in pregame was a key. This is something that I feel like was the next level for this Carolina Panthers team to do, which is now we've been having Jalen Coker 2-3 games doing well and improving in his play. But what we have not had is a good game from Tedero McMillan and Jalen Coker. And throw in Xavier Legette. We'll talk more about him, I think, in tomorrow's show, our day afterthought show. But sorry, guys, the eyelash is stuck into my eye, and I can't see. But today we did get more of a balance from Jalen Coker and Tedero McMillan. So we're going to, again, show those stats here in just a moment. And let's see if I can – I don't think I'm going to hear these sound effects right now. I'm going to have to fix something here in a second on the computer. But how about J.T. Sanders? Got his first touchdown of the season here today for the Carolina Panthers. Another good thing. And Bryce answered the pressure well, including that I think it was about a 22-yard touchdown to Tedero McMillan on the blitz. So, again, the Tampa Bay Bucs, for the most part, they weren't too blitz heavy today, really giving Bryson time to just kind of sit back there and, see where he wanted to go and see what he wanted to do with things. And, again, Bryce made good plays with scrambling to throw the ball. Bryce made good plays with just running on his feet. Really, really solid game with Bryce. But on that blitz with when he hit Tedero McMillan, great job. Great execution. It was actually zero blitz, meaning they sent everybody. Had no help. Threw it to T-Mac right, I like to say, when it's right behind me and able to get that score. T-Mac didn't drop that one. Bryce put it where he needed to put it. Great, great play. And that play to Jalen Coker, where Coker did not score, but Coker got a crucial first down for the Carolina Panthers to help put them in that position to get a field goal. Very, very strong hands, strong play, great focus by Jalen Coker. And the way that he sets the guy up to get that catch was a thing of beauty. So good stuff there as well. And let's just go ahead and get ready to jump into the stats here. Let me make sure I'm still doing everything that I need to do with my team as we get this broadcast going. We'll try to read some of the comments here when we get a second. I don't know where I put my communication device. So give me just a second, guys. We'll continue to roll through the show. For everybody that's watching, if you're feeling good, if you're excited about this victory, then go ahead and hit that like button, right? There's not too many times you can hit that like button and it not be a good thing, as it helps other Carolina Panther fans find out about our channel. We're trying to grow. Continue to do what we do here with this live television and interacting with you. There's no other place on YouTube where you're going to find official media that is breaking down the game as quickly after the game as we are, and then also being able to interact with you. So for that, I hope that I can earn one of your likes, all right? And let's go ahead, without further adu, and start to look at some stats. And by the way, we always ask for it. We always need it, always appreciate it. Some super chats, right? So if you're able to, I know it's the Christmas holiday, so I'm not expecting everybody to be able to, but for those that can, if you got 99 cents, that's all we need. We like to get 5 super chats each and every show to help us continue to keep the lights on, keep the power on, continue to travel, have our staff do what we do, and covering the game for you. So let's go ahead and without further ado and look at some stats, because we got a W today. So look at this. Bryce Young, 21 of 32 with a passer rating of 102. 102 passer rating, but the big key thing here, no interceptions. Two touchdowns, no interceptions, and his average yards per pass at 6. That is pretty good for Bryce. Let's see. Let me see if I can do a quick math, see what his rating was. 32, 8, 16, 24. So a little bit more than about a 70% completion rating there for Bryce Young. Good enough to get the W. Close to 200 yards. You like to see that. Good stuff from my man, Bryce Young. Continue to hit the like button, guys. Come on, this is good stuff we got going here. Let's go over to the rushing, okay? Rico Dowdle had a momentous moment today, right? Rico had a really good performance while Chuba was out. He's certainly cooled off, but guess what? Your boy Rico Dowdle has now crossed the 1,000-yard mark on the season for rushing. 9 carries, 29 yards for Rico Dowdle, 3.2-yard average, a long of 13. Chuba Hubbard as well, 6 carries, 27 yards, a 4.5-yard average. And my guy, Jimmy Horn Jr. with his lone rush going for 25 yards. Bryce getting in there with some carries. You know, it was a big collective effort today. Obviously, none of our running backs had a stout game. So teams are still finding ways to thwart our rush, unfortunately, as neither one of our starting running backs ran for over 30 yards today, but we still managed to just squeak over 100 yards total there for the Carolina Panthers. Now let me look back at this right here with the passing. Okay. Wow, I really got into the game because I did not notice this until right now. We passed the ball a whole lot more than we ran the ball today. So we had 32 pass attempts, and then we had 20 rush attempts. But it worked, right? It worked. We did what we needed to do to win the game, and that's something that I give a little props to our head coach, Dave Canales, for doing, because we need to make those adjustments to win the game, right? If it's not working, if we're seeing things that we need to do, if we need to get an advantage, we need to stop kicking field goals and we do other things, then yes, make those adjustments. And our head coach, Dave Canales, did in fact make those adjustments. Now let's go ahead and let's take a look at the receiving. I think we're gonna stay focused on this one here for just a second here, as again Bryce was able to get to nearly 200 yards on the passing today, and we got some good play from Teteroa McMillan as well as Jalen Coker. So let's go ahead and break down these stats here. As you see, no surprise here, your leading receiver was Teteroa McMillan. 10 targets, 73 yards. He caught 6 out of 10, got a touchdown, and had a 22-yard long reception. And then we got Jalen Coker coming in here with 3 catches on 5 targets. So, again, I said Jalen Coker and Teteroa McMillan needing to, have good games together, and they did. Total of 15 targets between the two of those guys, 9 receptions between the two of those guys, and just over 100 yards. But here you see Teteroa's longest 22, Jalen's longest 34. Mitchell Evans coming in there he was 3 of 3 with a crucial catch. It honestly seems like a lot of these catches were crucial today, and maybe that's just what happens when you're playing meaningful football in December, that you get a lot of things that are meaningful because everything is so crucial for this team to win, to make it to the playoffs, which we're not there yet. We're not there yet, but we are we are sitting squarely in the driver's seat for that. Rico with some good catches. And Xavier Legette, which, yeah, man, I talked about him pregame, and I will talk about him again here shortly as, 1 catch, 3 targets. I want to see a little bit more from Xavier Legette in his second season. I know we might want to give him one more, and I'm not saying we shouldn't give him one more season, but I just want to see a little bit more. But 9-point-yard average for those guys, and over nearly 200 yards with the receivers there. And now we're going to take one look at the defense, and then after we get through looking at the defense, we're going to bounce on over to the pressers from head coach Dave Canales as well as Bryce Young, and then we'll take you into the locker room. And our co-host Ashley Stroline will be joining us shortly, so I do have a co-host that will be joining me here shortly. So stay tuned as we continue to go through this. And, again, continue to hit that like button, all right? Help us get discovered by other Carolina Panthers fans out there. Let's go over to the defense where we had some things happening today. We had some sacks, because and those were off blitzes. J.C. Horn almost had one, but didn't quite get in there quick enough. Nick Scott led the defense with tackles with 10. Christian Roseboom out there with 9. Claudin Sherlis with 7. And Derek Brown got a sack. And, man, is it not as obvious to you guys when you're watching these games, when Derek Brown is the one who's leading the tackle? Because for me, I noticed today when Derek Brown is on the tackle, it's like player running it, bound down to the ground. He doesn't struggle with you. There's no fighting. It's like Derek grabs you. Derek's taking you down to the ground. Derek Brown getting another sack today for this Carolina Panthers defense. And then we're just going to skip to the bottom here, where you're going to see Lathan Ransom, who is a rookie, doing good things with the Carolina Panthers and getting that last-minute interception for the Carolina Panthers, and he makes up for the big mistake that he made last week in that he got a penalty on with Shuck last week. He got a penalty with Shuck last week, and today made up for it, getting that interception with the Carolina Panthers and sealing the game for our kicker to come on and kick that field goal to get us in the lead. So that was good stuff by our safety, Lathan Ransom, securing the victory for the Carolina Panthers and taking us into a good position. So here we're going to have my co-host joining me here, Miss Ashley Stroline. We're going to get things adjusted here in just a second as we get ready to. Ashley, how well can you hear me?
Hello, hello.
Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good?
I got you.
Yeah. So we're going to make a little adjustment here. I'm going to widen the camera out. And here in just a moment, we're going to go through and recap head coach Dave Canales and Bryce Young, who spoke with the media today following today's victory. Ashley.
Yes.
You didn't go into the locker room, so I can't exactly say how was the move. Let's see. Which way do I need to go? I need to go this way.
Tell me where we should go.
All right. So you're in a good spot.
All right.
You can scoot over just a smidgen to your left.
What I need to know is, did folks on the stream get the visual that I got of you trying to get my attention just now?
No.
Oh,
no.
You guys missed it. It was very enthusiastic because I was in a whole other conversation, not paying any attention.
Yeah.
So here we are. I can tell you this about locker room. For the setup, we have the press conference room, which is a team meeting room during the week, and then just right through the doors is the locker room.
Right.
You could hear the yelling from the guys being so excited while we were waiting for Coach. So I would say very excited, enthusiastic, all of those things.
All right, so I'm like a perfectionist even on the one-man team. I'm going to adjust this camera just a little bit.
Okay.
It's just a little too high. But once I do, I'll join Ashley back over here, and we'll start with want to start with head coach Dave Canales?
Yeah.
Let's see. Now, I actually think I need to do a sound check because I think I messed it up right before I came on. So let me just make sure that our sound is pretty good. I saw Jatavian Sanders came out here and did an interview, and he had I can hear that pretty good.
Yes, we are here. We're awake. Let's go. Loud and clear.
JT Sanders came out with a really big chain on.
Okay, JT.
It was like huge and was in some good spirits,
well,
which I could imagine, as you said, you could hear it from the other room. Those guys were pretty excited about everything. So let's see if we can go ahead and get started with, head coach Dave Canales, and go to the 3:12 mark here. As your note says that he talked about moments in the offense coming together. So let me cue that up. It's not too cold out here, is it?
It's okay right now, but I don't want to jinx it. I'm feeling good right now, but we'll see how it goes. So, when you get to the stream, it was going for just a little bit before he started talking. So that's why we're starting at the 3-minute mark.
3:12.
3:12. Yeah.
All right. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to get this going here. I'll go ahead and cue you up with. This was Dave Canales talking about the moments that the offense came together, defense moving the ball, and he gave some credit, as you might expect,
of course,
to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, a team that he previously coached for. So let's see if we can get this right. If it's not right, it's on me. Ashley did everything she was supposed to do.
I have all the faith.
She has faith in me that I'm going to hit the right buttons. So far, I'm doing a good job. I'm going to rewind this just a smidgen. Look like he's already. Oh, here we go. I started at about 10 seconds
You're
too
going to
early.
get 10 seconds of music.
But
is it setting the tone for you? Okay, here we go.
Uh-oh, now I hit the wrong button. And this is what I do here.
We got one.
Making mistakes.
It was the right one.
But give me a moment here. So sometimes I make mistakes like this, which is getting the screens too big. And that audio sounds terrible from Dave, but we'll get it going.
And, Christian Roseman had an opportunity on one deflected pass, didn't get it, but.
All right, so let's go back here just a little bit to Dave, and we'll get ready to play this audio for you guys here in just a second. Now, you're going to hear the audio from head coach Dave Canales.
Came down to taking care of the ball. We got one, and it was the right one. We talked as a group. We talked about moments that come up, and we had a last drive where we had to put it together to get ourselves to get points and take the lead. The offense came together, made some plays right there on that drive, and then defensively, they were moving the ball pretty good right there on that drive. Christian Roseman had an opportunity on one deflected pass, didn't get it, but just keep playing ball, being in the right spots, and good things come to you when that happens. So I'm really proud of the group, the way that they stay together. Talk the whole time. A lot of great communication happening on the sideline, just drive in and drive out, trying to figure out the different things on both sides that was happening. And got to give a lot of credit to the Bucs. The way they played us made it really hard for us to run the ball today. With mixed success, but they settled into some things, and Bryce and the boys made some plays to keep us alive.
All right, so there you have it. I don't know if that audio was kind of squeaky for you guys, or if that was just on my end that I heard the squeakiness from the audio. Let me know in the comments. Even if it is squeaky, there's probably nothing that I could do for you, because that was coming straight from the Twitter account for the Carolina Panthers. But actually, anything you want to add on to that? I know he talked about the Bucs made it hard for them to run the ball, and I showed the stats there earlier that we actually threw the ball quite a bit more than we did on our rush attempts.
But we kind of thought that would be the game plan going into it, just based on the Bucs defense and how they, because we tried to hype. We said Bryce might have that. You were giving him a little bit of a diss in the pregame show, so we were trying to say maybe we'll see more of that. But I expect nothing less from Coach Canales in his opening statement in his press conference. Kind of hits all points there, and of course, like you mentioned, gives some credit to his former team.
Got to give credit to the former team. And then Ransom, who had a tough ending last week, and you could tell in that the Ransom talking in the locker room last week after the game in New Orleans, you could tell he wanted to say he was still pissed off about the penalty, but he was like, I still need to do better. Made some redemption today. So here's Coach Dave Canales. Give me just a second to cue this up perfectly. But here's Coach Dave Canales on Mr. Ransom and his performance today. Sometimes you give sound effects because we don't have other things to do. So we just got a super chat. So thank you very much for that super chat that just came through. Give me a second because I'm not seeing all my screens. Or sometimes
I
wish
people could see like the magic you're working right now, because I'm looking at this and I'm overwhelmed. So I'm glad you're the one that's punching all the things up and making it happen, because you got a lot of stuff you're doing over here. You're on air, you're producing, you're setting up the camera, you're doing all the stuff.
I do a few things. That's how you get to be the man of the people here, right? All right, so here's Dave Canales on Ransom.
That's a great story. I mean, that's fantastic, and it's just about belief and having confidence in our guys to be able to, be studs about the things we need to work on, and be studs about those different decisions that come up. And I love that for Lathan, for him to be able to make the winning play, the biggest play of the game for us.
Yeah, so a bit of a redemption arc there. He's kind of said, okay, maybe we had a mistake last week. We're going to come back to work, and then what's the reward? It's you made the game-winning play for us.
Yeah. And continue to talk about our rookies and why we play them. Dave Canales talked about that. Our rookies have been playing pretty well, and not only just at our skill positions, but also at our – well, I kind of feel like bad saying skill positions and talk about the kicker like he's not a skilled player. He has a specific job that he must do. But Ryan, our rookie kicker, has kicked how many – I don't know how many game-winning kicks he's made this week.
That's a good question.
I want to say at least 4 that I feel like he's played. So let me go ahead and play this snippet on Canales talking about those rookies doing good things for this Carolina Panthers team, which actually bodes well for our future.
Yeah, don't you love it?
Right?
Get some experience, win some games. Dare I say maybe playoff experience as a young player too? Wouldn't that be nice? So we know what it's like and we build that culture that we used to have here, and now the expectation is playoffs. That I'm here for it. Let's go. Let's get some positive juju going.
Let's get
Why
some
not?
positive
We won
juju
today.
going. Canales on the rookies here for the Carolina Panthers. Maybe, maybe not. Going to be a little pause. Our internet maybe doesn't want to work too well for us today. I don't know why it would be doing this to us. We are going to try to do this here and do this here.
Uh-oh. Technology.
Dave does not want to speak to us today because he is busy celebrating his victory. And I'm spilling water.
You're so excited. You're throwing water like it's champagne over here.
Yeah, hey, that's how I celebrate. All right. So right now we're going to test how well I can deal with technical difficulties and produce a show.
Do we think it's Twitter? What if we try is it the same on their YouTube?
And
stream?
drink water.
Okay.
If I can do 5 things at once, I'm a dad of many kids, so maybe I can do this, right, and not mess it up. So we're just going to do the old-fashioned restart. Try it again. I think that was at the 5:12 mark. Look at that. Teamwork. Dave wants to talk to us now. So let's hear head coach Dave Canales talking about these rookies for the Carolina Panthers.
Couldn't be in a better time, and it's why we play these guys. It's why we believe in them, and we live through the bumps along the road with having young players out there. But at this time of year, they're young, they're strong. We had a bye week, to get our legs back, and they look that way. They look fast. We had an aggressive style of play today, so I'm really proud of those young guys coming through.
All right, head coach Dave Canales on the young guys coming through, playing some good football out here. And let's go for one more here. Dave Canales.
We've got some options on Bryce's play today, or just a little bit of belief. Which one you want?
I think we're going to go with belief because
okay.
Did we say playoffs? Playoff? Dare we say playoffs?
If you ask Coach, he says we've been playing playoff football for the last few weeks. Today felt like a playoff game.
Hey.
Wasn't it fun to see the fans and the atmosphere and the towels and just people were excited. People cared. It felt good. We had more Panthers fans in the stands.
Yes, we did. And I've been a big supporter of Dave Canales and his mentality, the way he talks about this one, though. And I know that could be annoying for fans to hear it even when we have losing games. What do you think about that mentality that he has, of that each week is a championship opportunity?
Well, I think since the day he came in, I'll never forget talking to people in Tampa when we're like, Dave Canales, okay, what first going to be a first-year head coach in the NFL? What do we know about this guy? And people who covered him when he was with the Bucs organization was like, he is the most positive guy you're ever going to meet. He's going to get the guys to buy into that. He's going to change the culture. And so I have to say, we've been covering Coach's entire tenure here, from the intro presser up until today's game, and I don't think he's ever swayed as far as who he is, how he talks to us, how he answers questions, the energy he brings to practice or to the sidelines. So I think he's very true to who he is, and right now we're seeing some positive outcomes from how he's leading these guys. So
yeah, and I got to share this one comment here from WJ91. Get Chris right with the Bryce talk stroke. Hey, I didn't say that Bryce was terrible. I just say I don't know all the technical talks in terms for quarterbacks as they throw the ball, but throwing the ball on a rope. I don't feel like he throws it on a rope down the field too well. He can throw it beyond 30 yards, but once he's past 30, it's now it's these balls. So this is.
I feel like if you check your text or emails later, the gentleman that you host pregame with is going to have sent you Bryce's Alabama tape. That's what I think. I think it's coming your way. The more you continue to carry this narrative, it's going to come your way.
But he can get the ball down, Phil. He can get it.
We got to win today. Let's just get a win. Let's just be happy. And the way he scrambled and made the play with JT, you got to be we're seeing progress, and I think that's really what you have to look at.
Absolutely. It leads to victories. And by the way, we did get a super chat that I want to give some mentions to. Let's go ahead and throw this on the screen because I don't want to keep you waiting because we're independent media supported by you guys, so these super chats are really helpful. I don't know what's
running to catch a flight. That'll be me in a little bit. I'm headed to Charlotte Douglas after this. So
yes.
See you at the airport.
Yes. If you're at the airport tonight in Charlotte, she's going to be there. Ashley Stroline, because she's blessing us with her attendance today before flying off to do the next thing that she does. But thank you, LRL Britt, so much for your super chat. The goal is just to get 2 more if anybody's able to do so. But we're going to keep rolling here with David Canales. And I said David. Most people call him Dave. I feel like
you at full government.
Went full on him, right? But here's Dave Canales on this team in the playoffs.
Locker room like Dave. Just
Hope, belief, everything's right in front of us still. And to give ourselves a chance to continue to play meaningful football this time of year, they've earned that. They've earned that because of the work. They've earned that because of being accountable to each other and really having a great week of preparation. And I think I've mentioned to all of you just the focus that this group had this week and understanding what's in front of us. And, my message to them was like, we've been playing playoff football for a really long time, and because of our record early on, every single one of those games, for the last month have been so critical for us to be in this spot. And so we got another week, we got another opportunity, and we have to be able to make sure we take the lessons from this one and move forward and try to find our best football.
Do you feel like the team's been good at doing that this season? Like he just ended with that, would say, like, let's take the lessons from this game and apply it next week. Do you feel like you've seen them be able to do that? Or, yes, there are moments, and then it's like, oh, well, hold on, we regressed a little bit too much, or we didn't learn from that. Do you feel like there's growth?
I have mixed emotions on answering that question because I feel like it's a combination between the coaches and the players. Because
everyone's growing together.
Yeah, and he talked about, like, our team seems to respond better after a loss, and we don't respond too well after a victory. So I feel conflicted in answering that question. Certainly they seem like this week they had – I don't know, man. I feel like every week that I've gone into that locker room, they're pissed off after they had that loss, and then they come back and then they win. So I think the challenge for head coach Dave Canales is being able to get that intensity, being able to keep that mentality for these. Even though he had that 1-0 thing is great. I mean, Bryce Young is like the perfect player's coach, whatever the word is here. That he speaks the same mantra that Dave Canales speaks all the time about 1-0. We're not deserved anything or owed anything because we played good last week and saying all the right things, but they struggle. And next week we have the Seattle Seahawks who are kicking butt that's going to come here.
And you want that win. You don't want to have to go to Tampa and then get a win. You want to beat Seattle and feel good about it. But hopefully maybe this is where we grow and learn. Maybe we take this winning energy and then amplify it even more because you're going to get to be here off of a win over a division rival with a chance to get to the playoffs. I don't know. Maybe it just works.
I like it. Let's go for it. And then, hey, because you know what? If we do that, then that bodes well for when we get to the playoffs, right? Because if we do this every other, lose to Seattle, beat Tampa, well, then we still have this monkey on our back of saying, hey, now when we get to the playoffs, well, are we going to win? You would say probably, well, probably not, but our trend will be showing that we're not because we've lost so many. We haven't been able to win back-to-back games in quite a while. So we're going to continue to go through these press conferences, and now we're going to get to the man, Bryce Young. My guy, the stud, the gunslinger. Bryce Young, as he talks about his play with the sophomore JT Sanders. I'm not going to start it perfectly here, but you guys get the point. Let's get to Bryce Young with JT Sanders.
Chance I can to be out there with the guys in Washington.
Can you walk us through the discussion with JT, sort of what the call was, what the read was, and then what?
Yeah, did a good job matching the concept. They did a great job up front. Scrambles like that, you're only able to do that because they create scramble lanes for us. O-line did a great job of giving me time to extend the play, and that was JT's scramble response, which is something you love to see. Him seeing me get outside the pocket and doing a great job of losing his man, and find himself open. So again, great job. It takes all 11 for a play like that. So I'm grateful.
All right, Miss Ashley, you were in the press conference room with Mr. Bryce Young, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
True, false? I feel like I'm in court, right?
True.
What personality, what energy, what did you see from Bryce in that post-game press conference?
Just like how we talked about Dave Canales being the exact same person, I feel like high, low, win, loss, whatever. That's who Bryce is.
Right.
I've seen Bryce be at a low in a press conference when times were rough a few seasons ago, and I felt bad that he even had to come talk to us and do a press conference. I'm like, just let him go home. Like, makes me sad, you know? But then today you get a huge win, maybe one of the biggest of his tenure here in Carolina, with the chance of getting this team to the playoffs. And he's very even keel. He's exactly who Bryce has always been. And so there was nothing like over the moon, over the top. It was just very soft-spoken, not a ton of emotion, high or low, just typical Bryce.
You know, I just noticed it. You know, our shows, we kind of go all over the place, right? You have on gloves. I have on gloves. So now I don't feel as bad when I have, because everybody makes fun of me in my efforts to stay warm. And it's essential because you're outside a lot and it's cold. But I like that you have, your gloves probably look nicer than mine.
I don't do cold, so you can make fun of me if you want. I brought the beanie and the scarf just in case, because I wasn't sure what I was going to be out here.
She's prepared. And again, we got one super chat, hoping to get a few more. But if you guys aren't able to do the super chats, hit the like button, subscribe. We still want to get to 15,000 subscribers, and your support and helping us grow helps us get more player access, interviews, and coaches and things like that. So when you guys are able to do that, please do so. And then, hey, Bryce talked about my man Baker Mayfield. So let's check out Bryce and Baker Mayfield. What do you think of Baker today? Because we were talking about that pregame, about all the moxie, whatever you want to call it, the energy that Baker brings. What do you see from Baker today on the field?
Well, he certainly, I felt like, gave it his all. Like, and I know I'm sure he's going back, reliving that interception in his mind, but I felt like he was doing everything he could to keep that drive alive, to make the next play. It's hard because, you know, we're in press box, so if I was this close, maybe I would see exactly what he was saying to people and that type of stuff. So I need to go back and watch the actual broadcast to see what kind of cutaways they got. But I'm not sure that I saw all that, you know, moxie and maybe he was trash talking. I think, you know, there was some players in the locker room talking about some exchanges, so to speak. So, I mean, I think it's a long season, and they're at this point, and I'm sure had he made that play, had he, you know, got the Bucs in a position to either tie the game or win the game, we would have saw a whole lot of that Baker that we were talking about. But, you know, I don't know that it was full
Baker.
Yeah, full Baker. I don't know.
Well, he got his first loss today against the Carolina
That's
Panthers
true.
since he was formerly a Carolina Panther. Let's go ahead, check out Bryce giving his thoughts on Baker Mayfield.
Connection with Baker.
Yeah, I have a ton of respect for him. You know, we're on the field. You watch the same, you know, we're in division, so I've been watching his tape all these 3 years, and a ton of respect for the player he is, how he carries himself, the heart he plays with, all that stuff, and off the field. Great dude. Again, always been super respectful to me. We've had some really good conversations, and again, just the way he carries himself, I have a ton of respect for. So, yeah, you know, it's a lot of respect.
So now we're just going to continue on to Bryce talking about it's only 24 hours, and this is again when I was trying to reference how the fact that he really supports Dave Canales and the culture and how you win a game, 24-hour rule, go into the next. Here's Bryce talking about how long he's going to celebrate and how he feels about being in first place.
After 2 years of ups and downs here, how does it feel to be in first place with 2 weeks to go here?
Yeah, it feels great, and it'll feel great for the next 24 hours. After that, it's not going to matter. You know, what is this, week 16, 17? That's not when the playoff starts. So there's still a lot more work to be done. There's still a lot more football to be played. Again, 24-hour rule, we'll celebrate this one, but we know that we have to refocus.
24 hours? Come on, Bryce. I mean, we know it's going to be 24 hours, but can you do you guys want to see just a little bit more excitement from Bryce at some point? Like, fans, question to you, or you can answer as well.
Well, you got to think, like, for me, and what's the first year you started covering the team?
I think it was about 2012, 2011.
Okay. My first year, what a blessing, was the year we went to the Super Bowl back in 2015. So I'm like a decade in with these guys. But my point is, my first QB was Cam Newton. So I went from like this huge personality saying heart on his sleeve, emotions. Like, you wanted a good quote after a game.
You had to wait for it, though.
You did have to wait, but you were going to get it, And then we
had
had a series of other quarterbacks where I felt like were the complete opposite of that. Teddy Bridgewater, Sam Darnold. Baker, I thought, had he been here, we would have gotten some of that,
Yeah.
We didn't really get that opportunity. I'm leaving out some other, there was, Josh. Who filled in for Cam? Why is it so, leaving my...
I could think of, I'm trying to do his height.
You're with me, though. But we had some other folks in there, but there was no one that I felt like just had that personality that Cam did. And you're not going to get that from Bryce either, I don't think. I think even if we were rocking and rolling and won a Super Bowl, I think you're going to get a little bit more. I think you would get a little bit more, but I still don't think it's going to be what you're wanting.
Well, I like it when coaches say be who you are, right? He doesn't want guys to stretch beyond who they are. Some people are, loud and vocal. Some people are leaders by example. And me, I'm a quiet person, so you're not going to see me too many times just going, it's just not my personality. But you will see a big smile. You will see some extra, But
we've seen that from, we get to see the videos from the locker rooms and stuff like that. And I think you see that some from Bryce, a big smile or a little swagginess in the locker room maybe that we don't necessarily get to see.
Yeah. All right. Well, here's Bryce on that environment here in Bank of America Stadium, which Ashley spoke about and I also spoke about. It was something that we haven't seen in a while, and we were happy to see it here today. Bryce, again, on the environment here at Bank of America Stadium.
Black towels.
Yeah.
You played in a lot of big environments and big stadiums. What did that feel like out there?
Yeah, that was an amazing environment. We're super grateful for for the city, for the Carolinas to come out, and it had a big effect. It makes it affects the game. They did a great job. A couple of false starts. I think there was a delay in there, and that's credit to our fans for them to come out and support like they have, and to have our back. We're really grateful for that.
All right, Bryce Young saying that Carolina is not Alabama. No, I'm just kidding.
Also, Kyle Allen was the quarterback I was trying to think of.
Kyle Allen.
My brain went Josh and Allen, and I was like, no, it definitely wasn't Josh Allen. It was Kyle
not Josh.
Allen. And then Taylor Heineke. So we had some just really calm guys. Even PJ Walker was chill. It went Cam and then just calm, chill. Just complete opposite.
There can only be one Cameron Newton, who is now working for you.
He would probably agree with you. He would be like, yeah, that's right. Glad you know.
You're right. So you sound like you've met and talked to Cam Newton quite a few times because he would agree with you here. So let's go ahead and we're going to take you into the locker room just a little bit. Got two little things that we're going to get on the air for you as I try to take off my glove and see if I can get to it here with a clickety-click here. And this is a good one. Great job, Miss. So, hey, here's a chance for me to on-air. Ashley's not always on camera with us, and Patrick is not here. So a lot of times I'll be on camera and I'll be talking about the team that helps. I'll say Ashley's in my ear giving me stuff. Patrick's feeding me photographs. So, Ashley, thank you for all that you do.
Yeah, thank you for
being part of the
having me.
team to help us get this content together again. Independent media, trying to be an army of 20 with today, staff of 2. I think we're doing pretty good. So we got a super chat. We'll get some thanks and got some hearts going. So appreciate that support from you guys. Please keep it going if you can. But here is Lathan Ransom post-game locker room. This video is going to be courtesy of Joe Person over there at The Athletic. So if you could give Joe a little support for what he does as well, that would be great. And here we go with one Lathan Ransom. Will I get it right? I've been on a streak of getting the buttons right. I think I'm going to get it right again.
I played a lot of ball, so it didn't take me long to get over it at all. I know that there's another opportunity like today to go out there and show my hand.
Did you want to read the stuff that was being written? Did you want to hear it, or did you?
I don't be on social media that much, to where I don't even have Twitter to see what everyone wants to say. But when I do see, I use that as fuel. Y'all want to say that? Y'all better keep that energy today.
You're a vet.
I played a lot.
There's a good quote for you. Speaking of something a little, got a little pizzazz
little
with
flavor
it.
to it.
Yeah.
Keep that energy, y'all. Hey, we're good. I interviewed Lathan, so
nice.
we're good. Yeah, but I haven't said nothing bad about Lathan either.
Yeah,
Well,
so you're locked in. You're good. Yeah.
keep that
You can
energy.
keep that energy.
I can keep my good energy. And we got one more piece that we're going to play here, and this is Mike Jackson on Baker Mayfield. This might be good here. And by the way, so that echo that you guys heard, was I got to talk to Joe. His audio always has this echo to it when he records stuff. Really weird, but hopefully keep blitzing. Carolina Blitz, Vashti here. If you have not checked her out, I'd like to give these people shouts out. Please be sure to check out Vashti as well. We're going to play some audio from Mike Jackson with his exchange with one Baker Mayfield. Is that wind starting to cut through you?
A little chilly.
Yeah, that sun going down, starting to cut through us. But we're going to play Mike Jackson here talking about Baker Mayfield.
Like, you and Baker kind of had a couple words?
Yeah, sometimes you got to show other people that you ain't scared of them either.
Did you go into today, like, planning to kind of bow up and then try to intimidate him?
Nah, yeah. Y'all notice I don't really talk trash, but it was just kind of like, he felt like maybe I was scared. I don't know what he thought, but that's just kind of what I was on with it.
What did he say? You think that, yeah.
He ain't really say much, just how he is. Like, he carries himself like he Brett Favre. Like, you feel me? So it's just, at the end of the day, you just got to go out there and play ball.
All right, Ashley, you laugh.
I can't wait for the game in a couple weeks now because I feel like Baker's probably already heard that. So the chip that we were saying might got a little bigger there.
He carries himself like he's Brett Favre. He is not Brett Favre. He is Baker Mayfield, but he's been playing some pretty good ball down there in Tampa. He got hurt. We don't know if he's fully recovered from that injury that he had several weeks ago. But, yeah, that is an exciting part of division football, right?
Yeah.
And it's unique in that we're playing them again in just 2 weeks, right?
Which that's something I don't understand. It's always like this with Tampa, I feel like. And pros and cons to it.
Yeah.
But I would rather see these divisional games spaced out because who are you if we have to play each other week 1 versus now? We're two totally different teams. We don't know what kind of adversity or injuries. I don't know that's part of the game, but I just think it's so interesting, especially in a sport like football, that sometimes these games end up like this, and it's always like this with Tampa, I feel like.
Yeah. The one thing that I do like about it is most of the time it's been that we play Tampa in January.
So you get to go down there? Okay, all right.
You're with me already, right? So you get down there, and it's like, man, it's hot. It's like, that's my little vacation to myself. I can't quite make it to the Caribbean, but, we'll go to Tampa, get some warm weather. I always go down to Clearwater, telling you guys my itinerary. So, yes, whenever we play, I don't know if it's be Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. Well, it's the last game of the season, so they don't play Monday Night Football in week 17, right? So Saturday, so you can catch me at Clearwater. I have my routine down pat like an old man, what I do going down there. But, yeah, so we do play Tampa, and again, in a couple of weeks, we'll see where the edge is. Like you're saying, it really don't feel like much will change, right? Because it's like we just played each other, and we'll come back and play each other again. I know we play at home. Do you know if Tampa plays at home by any chance next week when they play Miami?
That's a great question.
Not too important, but Ashley's going to look that up for us. We also, before we get out of here, are going to go over the scoreboard from the games today. So, obviously, 2 of the NFC South teams played with the Bucs and the Panthers here in Carolina. The New York Jets were not victorious against the New Orleans Saints. Final score in that game, New York Jets 29, New Orleans New York Jets 6. New York Jets 6, New York Jets 6, New York Jets 6, and your New Orleans Saints 29. And that leaves me with needing to find the score to the Atlanta Falcons game. The Atlanta Falcons are currently playing the Arizona Cardinals. That game is in the first quarter, 12:46 remaining in that first. Atlanta 0, Arizona 3, and I think I saw on the TV screens that Arthur Blank may be mulling what he's going to be doing with his franchise. Newsflash, right? That's
interesting.
Yeah, interesting. So that'll give you your scoreboard, and let's go ahead and also give you the current standings for the NFC South. Don't have a way to magically put this on the screen, but your Carolina Panthers 8-7 with a 1-game lead over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who are on a 3-game losing streak. And then your Atlanta Falcons currently playing, so their game isn't final, at 5-9. And then New Orleans Saints at 5-10. And let me see if I can give you guys a current seeding for the playoffs. I may have to go to a different website for that and give you guys the current playoff picture for the Carolina Panthers.
And just so you know, Tampa is on the road next week, but it is just Miami. So it's just like a little hop, skip, and a jump.
Hop, skip, and a jump. What does this up arrow of 5 mean? I guess with the win today, the Carolina Panthers moved from the 9th seed, because that would be while they were in the hunt on some of those graphics. They're all the way up to the 4th seed. And can I tell who they would play? I don't have all the fancy charts in front of me. 4th seed maybe plays the
I don't know. I'm not good at this.
You're not good at this?
No.
Seahawks being the 1st seed. I don't know. We do a game tomorrow. Not a game, a show tomorrow. We'll break it down. But a 4th seed it seems pretty high, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's a lot going on over here in the hunt. If the season ended today, these teams would make the playoffs.
No, I get it. They'd be the 4th seed because they give the divisional opponents that boost, right? Okay. So though the Rams and
this would be first in the NFC.
Other teams have better records. They're first in the South, so they would boast up. And yeah, that's who we play next week. What is that? Week 6? Man, that's not fully updated. So sorry, live television, trying to give you guys information that we don't completely have. Let's see if we can hit maybe 2 comments before we get out of here, right? Because it's my feet are now officially freezing.
Mm-hmm. He's got heated gloves. He's going to have to get the heated socks to go with it.
Okay, Duffy here helps us out. He said the 4th seed would play the 5th seed, which kind of makes sense. And the 5th seed is currently the LA Rams. So, going on our fans being accurate here, if that is accurate, and if the playoffs were to end today, which unfortunately they do not, we have several more weeks to go.
Another comment on that too.
That 4th would play the 5th?
Nope. We will be 4th, and we will play the best wild card.
All right, so we don't know. We'll continue to wrap through here. See if we can't get one more. All right. Mikey says, man, a lot of you are not fans. We're freaking won in the first place. What the blank is going on with you people? I guess there's some anger going on in the comments.
You got some arguing on your show right now? Man.
I guess so. Rambling Muse says this game was a rookie showcase. Dan wins the award. For real, I can't. I don't know if I'm tired, but I can't. These comments. Maybe you guys are excited because the grammar on them is not.
Here we go. I got some. According to Google, just to clear up where this path we went down, and this is 5-second research.
Okay.
The NFC South winner earns a playoff spot and typically gets the number 3 or number 4 seed in the NFC, playing another division winner or a wild card team. But the specific opponent isn't set until all regular season games finish. There we go.
So more information. But hey, that'll wrap us up here from Bank of America Stadium.
As I'm continuing to go down the rabbit hole, okay? We'll stop there. We'll stop.
Commissioner's calling me. Yes, Commissioner. He says we can't talk about it until it's final. But hey, thank you all so much for tuning in, for the support of the channel as we continue to grow. Thank you, Ashley, for stepping in for us to be on air with me live on short note. She knew about maybe a couple hours ago that I wanted to have her on the show. No script, no production meeting, all that stuff. But she is who she is. So for Ashley Stroline, I'm Chris Jenkins. The Carolina Panthers are now sole possession of first place, clearly in the driver's seat, only needing to win against Tampa, or the other scenario is we beat the Seattle Seahawks and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, lose to the Miami Dolphins. That'll put us in the playoffs next week. Do you think Dave Canales would sit or rest any players if we get in early?
I don't know.
Tough question, right?
We got to get there first. We got to get there. So I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole right now.
Hey, thank you so much for watching. That's Ashley Stroline. I'm Chris Jenkins, live from Bank of America Stadium for Charlotte 5.